Fixture versus personal property. If you're thinking of buying or selling a home, you need to know the difference. Everyone, welcome back. It's Cori, your local real estate expert with Monmouth County Dreamhomes, powered by RE/MAX Central, located here in Marlboro Township. If you'd like to stay up to date with all things real estate, Monmouth County, and Marlboro Township, you have come to the right place. There seems to be a ton of confusion over what's considered personal property and what's considered a fixture. And some believe it really doesn't matter. But if you are thinking of buying or selling a home here in Monmouth County, trust me, it really does matter. My goal for you is by the end of this video, you will know and completely understand what stays in a house and what you can take with you. So stick around till the end. So let's deal with the most important question first. What difference does it make what's considered a fixture and what's considered personal property? And really, why should you care? Under the general New Jersey state contract rules, fixtures remain with the home you are selling while personal property does not. This means if you're selling a property, you need to leave all fixtures behind. Or at least replace them, but we'll discuss that a little bit later in the video. As a buyer, you need to pay close attention to when you are out looking at homes, you are not focusing on personal property. I know it may sound like a super easy thing to do, but it's not. It is so easy to be wowed by personal decor and furniture. I know even though I'm selling real estate 18 years, sometimes I walk into a home with a client and I actually gasp because I cannot believe the style and the taste the homeowner is exhibiting in their house. Your new home may look very different once the seller has removed all their personal belongings and you walk into an empty house. Remember, as a buyer, you are looking at space, not focusing on personal items and decor. But as I always say, everything in real estate is negotiable. So you are more than welcome to speak with the sellers about purchasing some of the items in the home after the conclusion of attorney review. I always recommend that any negotiations regarding the purchase of property is handled by a separate bill of sale. This will keep things much less complicated down the line. Next, let's talk about what is considered a fixture. As I mentioned before, this is and continues to be a great source of confusion for buyers and sellers. In New Jersey, the standard contract of purchase that your realtor provides gives a very detailed list of what is considered a fixture. If you take a peek at lines 108 through 114 in the contract, it breaks it down and explains it to you. Let me go ahead and read to you exactly what it says. The property includes all fixtures permanently attached to the building and all shrubbery, plantings, fencing, gas and electric fixtures, cooking ranges and ovens, hot water heaters, flooring, screens, shades, blinds, awnings, radiator covers, heating apparatus, and sump pumps. If any, except where owned by tenants, are included in this sale. A general rule of thumb is if an item is nailed or glued to the property and cannot easily be detached without causing major harm, for example, holes to the wall, those items stay. If a table and specific benches were designed for a kitchen nook, that's called adaptability of use. And those items also should stay. Remember, I said should stay. Certain items can be discussed again during the attorney review period. I know there's a lot of information and it can get a little bit confusing. I'll put together a list of exactly what is supposed to stay with the home and considered a fixture, and I'll drop a link in the description box below, so at the end of the video you can download a copy and work off of that list when you need it. One thing I wanted to go over quickly, because there's always questions, is regarding wall-mounted TV brackets and hardware. Sellers, you can take your fancy TV, but if on a wall-mounted bracket, you need to leave that bracket behind for the buyers. Buyers, if you do not want this bracket, you need to have that written into the contract of sale. The best advice for televisions or any other items that may cause confusion is to make it perfectly clear in the purchase agreement what stays and what goes. You want to be perfectly transparent in the purchase agreement which items stay and which items go, because the last thing you want to do is start a buyer-seller war down the road. That's not going to help anybody. Additionally, if owned by the seller, the following items are also included in the sale: solar panels, pool, spa, and hot tub equipment, security, fire, and alarm systems, water purification systems, and water softeners. If you are still unsure if an item is personal or fixture, I'm sure your realtor can help you decide. So just to do a quick recap, personal property is anything movable and not intended to be permanently fixed. That includes art on the walls, furniture, potted plants, table lamps. Fixtures are personal property until they are attached. So when you see that unbelievable chandelier in the store and you have to have it, you bring it home and it's still in the box, it's considered personal property. But as soon as you hang up that chandelier or that light fixture, it becomes fixed and should remain with the home. I always suggest to my sellers, if you have a specific fixture or something else that is supposed to stay with the home, but you're very attached to it, or it's been in your family for a long period of time, consider taking that item down before you list the home. So when buyers come through and they're looking, they don't even know those items were there in the first place. One thing you need to understand, if you remove a chandelier or a light, you can't just leave nothing there. You do have to replace it with something. Many times, if sellers are taking a fixture with them, they'll run out to Home Depot or Lowe's and they'll simply put something up in its place. Up next, what is considered personal property? Now, besides the normal things like your clothing or pots and pans, I want to go over with you a few items that sometimes are confusing when it comes to personal property. Patio, swing sets, and lawn equipment. If you have a swing set in the backyard, or a cute little bench by your front door, or even a great big ride-on lawnmower, those items are yours to take. Appliances. Although in theory, appliances can be considered personal property, I strongly suggest you leave those items with the home. Many times when a buyer walks through a house, if you have newer appliances, especially stainless steel, that helps with the awe factor, and that could be one of the reasons they ended up purchasing your home. Again, like I mentioned before, if there's something you really don't want to sell with the house, for example, you just got a brand new washer and dryer, you may want to swap those out before you list your house and have your photos taken to avoid confusion and any type of arguing down the road. Specific light fixtures can be considered personal property if you address this right from the get-go, but I still strongly suggest take those fixtures down and replace them with something basic to avoid all confusion. Area rugs and curtains are considered personal personal property. So yes, you can bring your favorite area rug with you, as well as your favorite curtains. The only time there's a little bit of an exception is if curtains or specific window treatments were made custom or special ordered to fit a window. 99% of the time, sellers leave those items with the home. And finally, this last one is by far the one that comes up and surprises people the most. That above ground spa, unless negotiated differently, yep, you get to pack up that 20-year-old hot tub and take it with you. And finally, what about leased items? Leased items when selling a home can cause such a great deal of confusion, but luckily the New Jersey State Contract of Sale has got you covered. As a general rule, leased items will not be included in a sale. The seller is required to deliver notice to the buyer of all leased items up front. The buyer can provide notice of any leased items disapproved during the attorney review period. A very big item that falls into this category are solar panels, and I will be doing an entire video just on that in the next few weeks. So check back, that's going to be a good one. So there you have it. I hope this video has helped you to get a clear understanding of what is different between fixtures and personal property when it comes time to selling or buying a home. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next Monday. Bye-bye.